Namaste, divine souls. The divine in me bows down and honors the divine in you. Today I'm going to read to you, ladies and gentlemen, a blog I wrote about why Hinduism, also known as Sanatana Dharma, is a universal system and path. Here we go. Hinduism is a plethoric system of sciences, spiritualities, philosophies, and arts, including music, painting, singing, poetry, and dance. The actual name for Hinduism is Sanatana Dharma, meaning the eternal duty or way of mankind. In reality, Hinduism is a diverse multitude of spiritual philosophies and doctrines. When invaders came into India, they conquered and labeled all Indians as Hindus, when in reality, India was made of countless indigenous spiritual paths, gods, philosophies, and traditions. In Sanatana Dharma, you have the freedom of choice and free will to choose which name and form of god, or even goddess, you wish to adore, revere, and worship. You can even worship and incorporate a god or goddess from different cultures. Yes, you can love Shiva, Vishnu and his avatars, Devi the goddesses, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, Yahweh, Ra, Jah, Tao, Brahman, Quetzalcoatl, etc. For Hindus believe that God, or the source, or the original cause, also known as universal consciousness, is one, but it expresses itself in innumerable forms and names. You also have the free will to be an atheist and revere the cause of existence as nothingness and or emptiness, for materialistic atheism is also one of the branches of Hindu philosophy. In Hinduism, depending on one's level of awareness and personal inclination, one can be a theist, both monotheist and or polytheist, an atheist, or pantheist and worship nature. Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma even promotes interfaith, acknowledging that there are many ways to climb up to the top of the mountain. It is up to the individual to decide what's best for him or her on his or her spiritual journey. Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma is a truly peaceful and harmonious way of life, for there is a belief that the entire world is one family and that the divine exists within us all. Therefore, a true Hindu practitioner can get along with just about anyone, no matter the race, sexuality, gender, income level, status, or belief system of the other person. There are some imperfect or judgmental Hindus out there who aren't mature practitioners, because no one is perfect, but the philosophy itself is universal and compassionate because it sees all of creation, including animals, as parts and parcels of God or universal consciousness. Therefore, ahimsa, or nonviolence, towards all life forms is a prominent philosophy. Hinduism, or Sanatana Dharma, teaches that there are many different ways to reach salvation, self realization, and enlightenment. There are many types of yogas to achieve this purpose. Yoga basically means to yoke or have union with the truth and source of all, even if it's believed to be nothingness and emptiness by some. There is the path of heartfelt devotion towards one's god or goddess of choice, also known as bhakti yoga, and it's for those who have an emotional inclination and are governed by the heart. Mythology, ancient stories of wisdom and lore, chanting, and praying serve as an aid for the bhakti yogi. For those governed by the mind and intellect, there is jnana yoga, which basically means knowledge and wisdom. People on this path study philosophy, science, self inquiry, and are seekers and lovers of truth and wisdom. For those who believe that serving humanity and nature and animals through compassionate acts and work is the best service, there is the path of karma yoga. For those who practice meditation and breath work, they can practice kriya, dhyana, nidra, etc. For self realization and conscious realization, there is kundalini yoga. For those who practice the postures and stances, there is Hatha and Ashtanga yoga. You can follow one or combine all of those yoga practices, and there are some yoga practices that I didn't cover. However, yoga is much more than stretching and posing as it is commercialized in the West. It is a way of life and it is comprised of scientific, spiritual, ethical, and philosophical traditions as well. The other great thing about Hinduism, or Sanatana Dharma, is that it completely agrees and aligns with modern day science. The Earth is approximately 4.54 billion years old, according to modern day science, and Hinduism agrees. Hindus can also believe in the theory of evolution, since material energy and forms evolve, but still believe that all matter and energy derives from pure universal consciousness. There is no final absolutist prophet that you must swear allegiance to, for there are countless sages, mystics, yogis, philosophers, scientists, artists, and scholars, even from other cultures and civilizations, who contribute to Hinduism through their realizations, writings, art, and teachings. Hinduism is not dogmatic, nor does it demand that you follow any commandments, although there are some rules and regulations in certain sects to help one on their spiritual journey. Hinduism accepts countless names and forms for the source of all, even from other cultures, since God is infinity itself. There is not only one holy book for Hindus. All of the world's knowledge and libraries contribute to the knowledge of the Hindu practitioner. Hinduism also acknowledges there is a reason and purpose for every philosophy, science, art, culture, faith, and person. These are a few reasons why Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma is universal. I'm sending love, peace, and light to you all, no matter what your race, culture, or background or faith is. One love. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you learned something new or that this was a refresher. And signing off, sincerely Rishi. Namaste.